You need a man, eh? You need a man in your life. Girl, how come you single all these years? What really going on? Hey guys, happy new year. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see from today's title, we're going to be talking about relationships. Yes. So specifically, we're going to be looking at 5 reasons why it is you should stop asking single persons why they aren't in a relationships. These reasons that I am going to give you are personal experiences that I have experienced myself in the season of singleness. And when I am constantly asked these questions by family or friends or just random people who you may meet and have conversations with, these reasons, when I'm asked these questions, it can either affect me in either of these reasons during the course of my single season. Without further rambling, let's jump right into it. So the first reason why I believe you should stop asking single persons why they aren't in a relationship is because it makes you feel insecure. As a single person, when you are constantly asked these questions by friends or family or people who are in your circle, in your environment, sometimes as a single person you start questioning why it is you're even single. It can even make you think and feel as if, is there something wrong with me? Why am I the only person in my family who is single? Why am I the only person in my friend group who at this age isn't married or in any kind of long-term relationship? You can even start doubting yourself and doubting if it is you are good enough for someone. It makes you question whether or not there is someone out there for you, someone who you can spend the rest of your life with. And it really makes you insecure in yourself and insecure in this season of singleness that you are in. The second reason why I believe you should stop asking persons who may be in a season of singleness this question is because your single season is going to look different from someone else's. We are all individually on our own journey in life. We experience different things at different times in our lives, and if you are in a season of singleness, it is because this is the opportune time for you to be in this season and not in a relationship. People tend to want to relive their life and their experiences in other person's life. So when it is they see someone who is single and they may start to question like, okay, when I was that age, I was already in a relationship or I was already married, I have my life together, all that sort of nonsense, right? And then they tend to want to put that pressure on you and make you feel as if you shouldn't be single and there's something wrong with you and you should be in a relationship or be married. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, aren't you not normal? They try to relive their life in you and make you think like, okay, because we are the same age, then you should be in a relationship or you should be married. And then there are so many factors that society makes you think that, okay, because you have this, you are qualified to be in a relationship. But I really do believe that this is one of the reasons why you should stop asking a single person this, because we are all individually in our own journey and experiencing our own lives to ourselves. So what your single season might have looked like for you would be completely opposite and completely different from someone else's. So don't try to take your same experiences and put that pressure on someone else to make them think that, okay, you should be in a relationship or you should be married or you should have children by this time. The third reason why I believe that you should stop ask persons who's in a season of singleness this question is because they are healing from past traumas. It's not that because you see someone who may be single for an extended period of time, it's not that they want to be single. A lot of single persons do desire to be in a relationship and to be in a marriage and start their own family. However, the truth is there are single persons who are genuinely taking this time and intentional steps to heal from things that they have experienced in the past. We all have a past and we have all been through traumatic things that has affected the way we may be in a relationship and how we treat that other person, and we have been through things that affects the way that we see the opposite sex. And it's not that persons who are single is against love or relationships, it's that some of us are genuinely working on ourselves in this season. And I'm not saying that, oh, we are trying to be perfect and we feel as we're better than other people because we are taking this time. But I really do believe that there are some things that you need and should deal with before you enter into a long-term relationship. Because the truth is, a lot of the traumatic experiences that we might have experienced from childhood or when we were 18 or from past relationships, etc. These things shape who we are and who we are in a relationship and how we treat that other person. And if it is you don't deal with these things beforehand, then of course obviously it would affect your relationship, and even worse per se, let's say if you get married, then it would affect your marriage. Not saying that it will crash and burn if you don't deal with these issues, but in this season, take this time to really work on all those traumatic experiences that you may have experienced from past relationships, so that when you are actually in a relationship, in a marriage, it won't be such a big issue. Like, yes, there may still be little things that may affect you, but it won't be this huge issue where it affects your marriage or relationship in a significant way. When it is you as an individual realize that, okay, I have issues, I have things that I have experienced, and I know that these things have caused my past relationships to fail. When it is you reach that place of intentionality and desire to truly grow and heal and to be ready as possible for a relationship, this has to come from truly a genuine place of self-awareness and a place where it is you are truly intentional about relationships going forward. And it's not that you are choosing to heal from these traumatic experiences and from your past just for a relationship, because obviously that is not the main reason, but you get the point. Fourth reason why I think that you should stop asking singles this question is because singleness and your single season in itself is already wrong. Now, don't get me wrong, your single season is truly one of the most amazing time in your life, because you have a lot of freedom and you can get to experience things and just grow as an individual and really discover yourself. Whereas if it is you are in a long-term relationship or in a marriage, there are things that you may not be able to experience or do because you have that commitment and you have that other person to more or less answer to. But even in the midst of this season in your life and enjoying this season, there are moments where you are like, you know what, it would be nice if I had someone to share this experience with. Oh wow, I really wish God would send the right person for me. And while all of those feelings and emotions are natural, because we are only human and we would experience them at certain times in our single season, when it is we may see other persons who may happily be in a relationship, makes you like, oh, I wish that was me. And it makes you think about you having that person by your side and desiring that. And I feel like when it is as a single person, you are constantly asked why it is you're not in a relationship or why it is you are still single. It somewhat trigger you to only think about those hard times that you may experience in this season of singleness. It causes you to focus on all those times and not think about all the great experiences that you were able to have because you are single. And it causes you to think that the grass is indeed greener on the other side. The fifth and final reason I'll share with you why it is you should stop as singles, why it is they're not in a relationship, is because singles are bombarded enough from society and social media. As a young single adult, we are constantly bombarded by love and romance and relationship from society, from Hollywood, and from social media. There is just this glorification of relationship and love that the world showcases and puts out and make you think that this is it. If it is you are in a relationship, everything will be perfect, and it makes you feel as if I have to be in a relationship because that is, yeah. And when as a single you ask all the time by family and friends or people who you may be around relationship questions and why it is you're single, etc., it just puts so much pressure on you. It adds more pressure to you because you already face it on a daily basis. When it is you go on social media, you see couples and you see people who are married. Every movie you look at is always something about love and the girl finding her Prince Charming. You know how it goes. And we as singles do not need to constantly be asked why it is we're single. When it is we post a photo on social media, we don't need people commenting and making sarcastic comments like you're still single or you need a man. There is already enough pressure that we as single persons have to face on a daily basis, and we do not need this added pressure from people who supposed to care about us, our family, friends, close people in our inner circle. So these are just 5 reasons from my personal experience why I believe you should stop as singles, why it is they are single or why it is they're not in a relationship. And if you are someone who find yourself asking these questions, whether it be of good intentions or bad intentions, because don't get me wrong, I do believe that there are people who genuinely care about you, and their intention when it is they may ask you such questions is not to make you feel insecure or to put any pressure on you, but it's because they genuinely care about you. However, if not, the next time you feel the urge to ask a single person this question, especially if it's something that you do on a regular basis, every time you communicate with the single person or you have conversation with them or you see them, whatever the case is, next time why not comment and let them know how you inspire them by how they are taking this time in their single season to focus on themselves and to grow and heal from their past, and just let them know how much you admire, how much they are waiting on God and not rushing into a relationship, and despite all the pressures that they may face. You can even pray for them instead of asking them these questions. Why not pray for them them and ask God to give them discernment in this season to help them to discern who their husband or wife may be, and don't ever belittle a season of singleness that someone may be in, because at the end of the day you don't know what that person have been through. You don't know the things that they have experienced, and just because you have already finished that season and you are in another season doesn't mean that they are any less than you. They are in their own journey and in their own walk of singleness, and when the time is right they would exit that season at the right time. So with that being said, let's jump into today's sis quote of the day. And today's quote says, sis, work on yourself before you get in a relationship. So a lot of the times we see not just females but also males, but particularly females, they may jump into a relationship and they may have a lot of hurts and things from their past that they haven't dealt with and haven't healed from, and they will just go into a relationship because of pressure and because they just don't want to be alone or they don't want to be single. But it's really critical for you to take the necessary time to grow and to heal and really just embrace this season of singleness. Like, the thing about a season is it's not forever. So you may not be able to determine the length of it, but know that there would be a time where it would come to an end. So just embrace this season and really work on yourself, grow, and just become the person who you need to be for your spouse. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really do hope that this video was encouraging, and be sure to share it with any of your single friends, and maybe even share it to the person who's always asking you why it is you're single and why it is you're not in a relationship. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you have experienced any of these reasons, and if there are any other reasons why it is you believe that you shouldn't ask single persons why it is they're not in a relationship from your own experience. I look forward to reading your comments and hearing from you guys. Until then, see you in my next video. Bye guys.